Picture this scenario. It is 5:30 p.m. on a Friday. You have just finished a 45-hour work week. You're physically in your car, but your brain is completely fried. You're driving home. The idea of cooking a meal seems about as appealing as climbing Mount Everest. So, you pull up the delivery app. You order Thai food or pizza or burgers. It costs you $45 with the tip and fees. You think it's just a small treat. Then you get home. You crack open a beer to take the edge off. You sink into the couch to binge a show you don't even really like just to turn your brain off. You tell yourself, I earned this. I worked hard all week. But what if I told you that mathematically you didn't just spend $45? That food, the gas, the clothes, and the stress are all hidden taxes, reducing your salary by nearly 70%. You think you were selling your time for $30 an hour, but the math proves you might be working for less than $4. Let's do the forensic accounting on your life and find where the money actually goes. I'm obsessed with the invisible equations that govern our lives and keep us trapped. We are all running on hamster wheels that move slightly faster than we can run. Do you look at your paycheck and wonder why your savings account is basically flat? Even in late 2025, you're working harder than ever, but you feel like you're standing still. If you're tired of the struggle, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today, we aren't talking about investing. We are talking about an accounting fraud. It's a fraud you commit against yourself every time you accept a job based on the gross salary. Once you see your real hourly wage, you will never look at a price tag the same way again. Here's the fundamental lie we are all sold: that our value is defined by our annual salary. If you make $65,000 a year, that sounds like $31 an hour. It sounds decent, even respectable. But in business, looking at revenue without expenses is how companies go bankrupt. If a bakery sells $1 million of bread, but spends it all on flour and rent, that bakery is worth zero. When it comes to our labor, we ignore the cost of goods sold. And the good being sold is you. You are selling your life, your energy, and the cost of selling yourself is astronomical. Let's perform a brutal audit of an average worker. Let's call him James. James earns $31 an hour. But before the money even hits his account, the government takes its cut. Between federal, state tax, and FIA, that $31 is instantly shaved down to about $24. That is the easy math. But now we have to subtract the real costs of simply having a job. First, the commute. Gas, car maintenance, and insurance just to get to the building where you make the money. That is wear and tear on a vehicle that you basically only own to get to work. Then there's the cost of appearance. You need professional clothes and dry cleaning. That is an expense. Next is the convenience tax. You buy lunch because you didn't have time to meal prep. You buy the $5 coffee because you need the caffeine to survive the 2 p.m. meeting. You pay for the dog walker because you aren't home to let the dog out. These costs wouldn't exist without the job. Then there is decompression spending. The money you spend to numb the pain of the job. It's the impulsive vacation you book because you desperately need to get away. It is the retail therapy, the money we spend to heal the damage the job inflicts on our psyche. When you add it all up, James isn't taking home $65,000. His real income might be closer to $35,000. Just like we overestimate the money, we drastically underestimate the time. HR says you work 40 hours, but that's a lie. You wake up early to shave and iron your shirt. That is unpaid labor for your employer. During lunch, you're held captive by the office. You can't go home, you can't nap, you can't play with your kids. Then you spend an hour decompressing and checking emails at home. Your 40-hour week is actually 60. Suddenly, your $31 an hour evaporates. You might be making less than the teenager flipping burgers down the street. The solution isn't to quit, it's to ruthlessly optimize. Every dollar of work expense you cut is a dollar of pure freedom. Can you work from home? Can you stop caring about office fashion? Treat your labor like a business with a high margin. Write your real wage on a sticky note. Ask yourself, is this plastic junk worth 4 hours of my life? Stop selling your time at a discount. That gap between your income and expenses is where your freedom lives. The best upgrade is your mindset. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's grow together. Become slightly better than yesterday.